Sungchan and Shotaro leaving NCT? What is going on with SM 3.0? These Enhypen stands thinking that the Bite Me choreo was too obscene is bringing me flashbacks. Today, we're going to be discussing all of that and more, so if you're interested, then please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have, but let's get into it. So the biggest news we have today is, of course, Sungchan and Shotaro leaving NCT. Now, of course, the headline sounds super dramatic. However, they will be joining a new SM boy group, so you can be like half mad, I guess. That's kind of the vibes of the comments I've been seeing. People being like, okay, SM, it's so shitty of you to have debuted them like, what, 2 years ago and not really given them anything. And then suddenly they're getting kicked out of NCT, but they're joining a new boy group, you know? At least it seems a little messy to me, but let's read up about this. Okay, Sungchan and Shotaro to depart NCT and debut in a new boy group. So this is what SM had to say. This is SM Entertainment. First and foremost, we would like to express our sincerest gratitude to all the fans who love and support NCT. Below is our announcement that informs you on the future plans of Sungchan and Shotaro. As NCT members, Sungchan and Shotaro have presented wondrous performances. However, they will be closing their chapter with NCT and debuting in a new boy group that will launch in 2023. We express our deepest apologies and appreciation for the fans that have been supporting and eagerly waiting for them to debut as a part of a new NCT group. After careful consideration and discussion with Sungchan and Shotaro in preparation of SM 3.0, we have come to a decision that would best reflect the artist's thoughts and each of the group's artistic musical direction. We ask for your kind understanding and support for Sungchan and Shotaro as they begin a new chapter. NCT's newest group will be the final group to be part of NCT's infinite expansion, as we aim to launch one with a distinctive worldview that is truly representative of a regional identity. In alignment with this, we will be increasing the number of Japanese members, unveiling new members, and sharing their debut journey with the fans, which ties into a pre-debut reality show, but we'll get to that later. We will provide full support for not only the NCT members, but also for Sungchan and Shotaro. How many times are we going to say those names? We once again ask for the fans' continuous and unwavering love and support for their future endeavors. Thank you. So then down here it says that they joined as members in 2020. I remember that. And I think they had like one unit song each. I believe Shotaro was part of Birthday Song or something. But then after that, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Crickets. And fans for years now, almost 3 years now, have been like wondering what is going to happen to these members. And it was a big deal that they joined NCT. And then SM, not even too long ago, announced that they would not be expanding NCT any further. So I want to go back and look at that article to see if they actually said we're cutting it off here and now SM is going back on what they said because this is SM 3.0 and all of the inner turmoil, whatever the case may be, or if this was already, if like they had announced we'll have one more expansion and then that's it. I don't remember. Okay. So with NCT Tokyo's 2023 debut, NCT's infinite expansion will come to an end. So it was previously announced that, NCT Tokyo, everyone thought that Shotaro would at least be part of NCT Tokyo, so that's interesting, isn't it? So that definitely makes a lot of sense. SM's new boy group is going to be NCT Tokyo, hence why they have a lot more Japanese members. But those are the plans for Sungchan and Shotaro. They're not going to be part of NCT anymore. Consequently, they will also not be part of NCT Tokyo, but they will be part of a new SM boy group, which the CEO of SM Entertainment, Jang Choi-hyuk, also uploaded a video explaining SM 3.0's plans. So let's take a look at what he said. So of course he did announce NCT's new team, which is presumably NCT Tokyo, right? The last chapter of NCT's limitless expansion. And we will get to see this expansion through a reality TV show. Then we have the new boy group, which of course Sungchan and Shotaro are going to be part of. We also have Eunseok and Seunghan, who are also part of the lineup, as well as members with Korean and American nationalities. I just wonder if this was supposed to kind of be NCT Hollywood. With this whole SM 3.0 coming out, I wonder if the plans have possibly changed. They want to end the NCT expansion. They don't really want NCT Hollywood as part of the NCT, universe anymore, if that makes sense. It's just in saying American, it kind of brings me back to when they kind of announced NCT Hollywood. Like even just looking it up really quickly now, SM reveals concrete plans to debut NCT Hollywood. Now, if we remember with the announcement of NCT Hollywood, fans were clowning the shit out of it. Like it was really maybe not the best received. I'm sure there were some people who were really excited about it, but mostly I feel like people were majoritarily apprehensive. So maybe SM took this criticism come into consideration. And rather than going the full route of this as part of NCT's expansion, they just scrapped the name NCT Hollywood. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I mean? And do you think it's plausible? I don't know. We'll see, right? I know Kati disbanded and everything, but we have Black Swan that have like no Korean members. We have Engene. Maybe we've evolved from the time, oh, what was that one group? The one group with like not even... You guys know what group I'm talking about. The foreigner group. Oh my god, I literally cannot remember their name. But maybe we've grown from there. K-pop fans, I don't know. Let me know what you think. And then lastly, we have a new girl group from SM Entertainment who is set to debut in 2023. So the trainees that were introduced in the March 2023 showcase will be part of this group. So I remember seeing some buzz surrounding that, though I didn't see the showcase myself. So that should be interesting. I think, we like to clown on SM and people like to call me an SM auntie. But at the end of the day, I feel like, they're innovating. They're doing something at least. And I was thinking about that because, they're debuting groups at a higher number than, say, YG, right? So I feel like if you're a trainee at YG, you could waste 10 years of your life, maybe not 10 anymore, but let's say you train for 10 years. And because of how rarely YG is debuting groups, I just feel like you could actually spend those 10 years and not get anything out of it in the end, because by the time another group comes around that YG is going to debut, you're probably too old. However, if you're an SM trainee, I feel like you might have the chance to live many lives. If you couldn't debut with this group, you could wait a couple years and maybe debut with another group, or wait a couple years and debut with another group. I feel like there's more chances because it's not like every 7 years they're going to debut someone. But imagine putting your heart and soul into YG and then it's done with. I understand why Miyeon left now. So let's move on to the Enhypen Bite Me choreography, because I saw an article in which fans, or at least some fans, were a little bit upset. Now, as always with these things, I feel like if I say some fans are upset about this, the international stands go crazy in the comments. Like, I've never heard about this. You're literally just inventing this out of your ass. And it's like, okay, well, someone wrote an article about it, so somebody must have been upset about it. And it doesn't have to be you. It's always the hype stands. And, I've been having beef with Mize recently, but we can take a break too. Enhypen fans issue a joint statement, launch a truck protest demanding the removal of suggestive choreography with female dancers in Bite. This literally gave me flashbacks to Hyunna's Bubble Pop, where they literally banned her from music shows because the choreography was quote-unquote too suggestive. And yet boy groups could tear off their entire shirts on stage and no one would bat an eye. So honestly, maybe this is karma. I'm kidding. But of course, let's take a look at this. Some Enhypen fans have decided to engage in mass protests against Belief Lab, demanding that the choreography for the group's latest title track, Bite Me, be changed. Enhypen just recently signaled their return to back whoa, never mind. From their fourth mini album, Dark Blood, the title track, Bite Me, has a choreography which features female dancers with them. Let's check out the teaser. This is literally too spicy for you hoes. The original lyrics. I'm now I'll actually get accused of spreading misinformation. There's no touching. They didn't even touch them. Oh, well, they looked at each. Oh, there's the touching. Honestly, when I first read the article, I thought it would kind of be like Venus's Shinhwa. Shinhwa's Venus. This is spicy too. We have some touching, okay? But let me show you something you would actually cry about in 4th gen. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. This is literally what I pictured. Show me something that would send 4th gen stands into a coma. Now, bear in mind, I haven't seen the whole entire choreography. Perhaps there are some obscenities that I just have not been witness to, but let's see what fans are saying. So in the choreography video teaser, the members of Enhypen are seen interacting with masked female dancers. Of course, some fans who attended Enhypen's comeback showcase also had the chance to witness the live stage choreography in person. Okay, we'll finish reading this and then we'll go check it out, because maybe it's like terribly obscene. Maybe these members are, too young for this. At the very least, I'm glad that collectively, as, people who are consuming media are concerned about minors, because historically it has not looked that good. But anyway, soon afterwards, some fans problematized the Bite Me choreography for its interactive components with female dancers, finding multiple parts suggestive. Now, okay, a joint statement issued by Engene on May 23rd indicated, Enhypen is still a young group which has yet to celebrate its 3rd anniversary since debut, and the team's average age is 19.6 years old, including members who are still minors. It is still too early in their careers to pull off a choreography which comes across as old and suggestive. The statement went on to demand, Engene demands that all choreography involving female dancers be removed from the Bite Me performance, beginning with the pre-recorded stage from May 25th broadcast of M Countdown, which will be filmed at 2:30 a.m. KST. Show us a performance consisting only of the 7 members of Enhypen. If the matter is not corrected, we will respond with additional organized action. Damn, I wonder. We can all snicker at this and laugh at this, but I remember seeing, the Jennie thing with the nurse outfit and everything. I remember thinking, there's no way in hell that YG would ever, correct that. Why would they? And then they ended up removing it completely out of the music video. So I wonder if this would be something similar. So on top of this, we also had a protest truck outside of the High building, which read, "The Lift Lab treats fans like fools. It is a company that stands in the way of its artists' success. It is a company that has no will for improvement. It is the High label with the worst creative sense." So the Korean fans seem to be upset with this, saying that the dance is ugly, that it doesn't let the members shine. Who would pay to watch their idols dance with females? And then the international fans are kind of blown away. It's obviously not suggestive. You guys are just mad that they're dancing with females. But anyways, I don't usually use the word females. It keeps being written like that. Okay, let's look at their showcase. Come on. So the main points here is that they're not all of age, and there are some parts where it could be particularly suggestive. You have to understand that suggestive can be different from country to country as well. I don't want to check out their ages. So really the youngest member is Nikki, who was born in 2005 and is 17 years old. But let me know what you think about that. Do you think it's been blown out of proportion? Let me know in the comments below. So a little update to this. Apparently there are some LED trucks sent from international Engenes. So let's take a look at this. I think this is so funny. Okay, so here's the ad. Apparently, let's see. I'm gonna mute it. I'm sorry. Cool choreography. Congratulations on your successful. I can't really read it. Stream Bite Me. Hashtag we love Bite Me choreography. That's so petty. That's so petty. It's so petty that people are fighting through advertisement trucks. It's just this is a rich people feud. I don't know how much LED trucks cost. Actually, maybe it's not that much. I saw a TikTok recently of someone saying that they bought a 40-second ad on Times Square or something. And that if you wanted 24 hours on Times Square or something like that, it's $5,000. But rich people buy the $5,000 slots and then they sell little increments. So it's $40 at the end of it. So maybe it's not that much money. My question to you, if you could buy ad time on an LED truck, what would you put on it? What's your one grievance in the K-pop world that you would want everyone to know about? Let's talk about EXO Kitty for a minute. I usually don't talk about dramas or anything like that, but I happen to have watched this weekend with Audrey. And it's so funny because as I was watching it, I was literally thinking, I wonder what Koreans think of this. I wonder if they think it's accurate and all that jazz. And then I found this article. Korean netizens react to unrealistic portrayals of Korea in Netflix EXO Kitty. So I wanted to just take a look at it. If you didn't know, this is a spinoff, or yeah, I guess it is a spinoff within the universe of To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I didn't know this while watching this though. I just see her, the first scene is her doing a PowerPoint and I see Laura Jean behind her. And I thought she was referencing the movie. So it took me a while to, to understand, no, that's her sister in the movie. It's the same universe and everything. So yeah, the soundtrack is just full of K-pop songs. There were so many songs, 217 songs, Blackpink, BTS. So I just want to take a look at this because I think it's interesting. So the first thing that people think is slightly unrealistic is the Hotel Air buying Style and Lander products, because apparently Style and Lander is more cheap, right? There might be some spoilers, by the way, from this point on. So anyways, being sent to the boys' dormitory because of an androgynous name. This really, actually, I pointed it out as well because they were Song Kovi. It could be a boy's name. That's why they sent you here. I'm that's a last name. That's literally a last name. I was just that literally makes absolutely no sense. Song is literally a last name. Kavi as well. I could understand if they thought her name was Kavi Song and then it might be a boy's name. But anyways, people took issue with this because, again, Song is a last name. Also, there is no way dormitories in any country would be assigned based on names. The fashion seems to be off. Kissing scene in the library. This show is like really, really cheesy. When I first watched the episode, I thought like, oh, this is horrible. Like, I really don't like her personality. She's annoying. But it definitely grows on you. And if you just like understand that, like, I feel like it's meant to be like quite cheesy. It's meant to be outlandish. Like, all these things happen due to like severe lack of communication. It's like everything that happens that is bad could have been prevented by just being like, okay, wait a minute, let me tell you something. Like, so simple like that, right? But it's a movie. It's a TV show. I don't even think this is just like a Korean thing, right? Because even in Grey's Anatomy, you have doctors saying like, you know, we don't make out and do all that stuff in the on-call rooms. Like, that's super inappropriate. Anyways, I thought it was interesting. So let me know if you watched it, if you plan on watching it, and what you think of it. So lastly, we recently had Jennie at the Cannes Film Festival because she is part of HBO's new show, The Idol, credited on the show, as well as Sam Levinson, who is famously known for Euphoria, as well as Lily Rose Depp, our favorite Nepo baby, and of course The Weeknd. But within the K-pop sphere, of course, everyone is very excited to see Jennie on the big screen doing her acting debut. However, the show has been met with nothing but criticism ever since it was even announced. Since the first trailer, people have come forward to say that the vision has been changed. You know, Sam Levinson came and took over, and it was supposed to be from the female perspective, and it was supposed to feature female pain in a way that was authentic, but suddenly these men in charge of the show have taken it and turned it into torture, P-word. So article after article, you find so many. The Idol, how HBO's next Euphoria became twisted torture. Now, of course, Rolling Stone's behind a fucking paywall, you sons of bitch. But 13 sources tell Rolling Stone that The Idol, Sam Levinson's new show with The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp, has gone wildly, disgustingly off the rails. I believe Lily Rose Depp herself said that like all the backlash is disheartening. Her and The Weeknd have kind of just brushed off this criticism. At the end of the day, none of us have really seen it. I mean, if you went to the Cannes Film Festival, presumably you saw 2 episodes, and so people are saying that Jennie's role within it is totally fine. There's nothing really too bad about it. But of course, K-pop fans are worried for Jennie. Absolutely worried, terrified, throwing up, crying on the floor, worried about Jennie in this. Because from what we can tell, it's just gone horribly wrong. It's just gone horribly more suggestive, probably actually suggestive than we could have ever imagined. But again, as I mentioned, everyone is so worried about Jennie. You know, poor thing, she signed on to this when the script was quite different, and then it changed directions completely to become whatever the hell it is. You know, there's rumors that her role was significantly diminished, all that jazz. I came across this article by Billboard, Blackpink's Jennie on making her acting debut on The Idol. It was like breaking a wall. The K-pop idol said she's long admired Sam Levinson's work behind the camera. I trusted Sam to be collaborative with all the scenes that we'd be working on together because it was about the industry. The fact that it was about the music industry fascinated me, and I thought it could bring something to the role, she said. It was an opportunity to just be myself and be brave. I really didn't train for it or prep anything. Sam wanted me to be myself. I obviously don't think in any world she would like start randomly trash talking Sam Levinson, but it's definitely curious, right? As I kept hearing all these things coming out about the show, despite not having ever seen the show, as I saw all these things coming out about the show and how horrible it was and how off the rails it has become, I really did think about YG. I'm like, oh, Jennie's in this. So did they negotiate to have her parts cut down to almost nothing? Because we also have Choreo, who I believe they covered an article where someone was at the festival and tweeting about Jennie's role, how she was like barely in it at all. And that's what people really wanted, right? Already, without even watching the show, want to boycott the show. And they're telling fans like, I know you love Jennie and you want to watch it for her, but don't even watch it for her. So I'd really love to know what you guys think of this. Do you think it's fair to even boycott this show without fully watching it yourself to see for yourself if it's actually that bad or not? Are you going to watch it regardless because Jennie is in it? I would love to know. Okay, so lastly, let's go to my K-pop dreams. Okay. This one is priceless. So San's dad worked at a car dealership, and we had a school project where we had to film something. So his dad bought him a memory camera. However, I accidentally vlogged over the footage that we needed for our project. However, I was kidnapped because I was Matilda, and I kind of didn't regret filming over his footage because pranked me by showing me an SM music video, and while walking towards him, I farted in front of San's camera and was hoping no one would ever see it. So that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below what you think of all of these subjects. And huge shout out to my channel members for supporting this channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm going to get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!